Good morning, everybody. Chaoschunk here, and today is the video log for September 11th, 2015. I say that with a little bit of pause because of the day that this day represents and the things that this day represents. And those of you who were born 13 years ago or 13 and a half years ago probably don't completely understand the ramifications of that day. I walked 2.51 miles today. I had a pace of around 1933, much slower pace. I did burn 623 calories, and I am tired. And I don't know why I'm tired, but I am tired. My back did hurt pretty bad on this walk, the lower back, and it was like I don't know, a locking pain or it wasn't crunching pain, but it was a sharp, dull pain. And I know that sharp and dull are like contradictory, but it was is in the bottom of my, and it's kind of like if you ever have a pain when your bones lock together type of thing. That's the kind of pain that was in my back. I'm still having some good pain in my right foot also, but I'm able to push through it. I did listen to even more of Dale Carnegie, How to Win Friends and Influence People. I'm getting towards the end of the book, and I know that I'm going to purchase the updated book for the new. There's another one that you can get that's been updated with stories from times around now. Okay, I believe that the original book was written in 1931, and it has a lot of stories and stuff from back before 1931, which is like what, freaking 80 years ago. Okay, but it's still, the funny thing is that the stories still hold firm validity now. Okay, even 70, 80, 80 some odd years later. So it's but I am gonna, because I do want to listen to the book again. I honestly believe that the book is that valuable in interpersonal relationships and how to develop them and how to, further yourself and stuff like that. And the funny thing is that the more that I listen to the book, the more I know that I've had a lot of these traits inside of me for quite some time, and that through listening to other people, those traits have been kind of drummed out of me. And truthfully, I need to get back to my initial instincts of that people are, my initial instincts and how I deal with people, and quit listening to other people and how they tell me to do things when I knew that I was right to begin with. And I'm not trying to toot my own horn or anything like that. It's just the fact of I have a natural intuition, and I should have been listening to that natural intuition, but instead I was listening to other people, what they said to me. Michelle and I will get into arguments where she says, well, why can't you just, why don't you just take this suggestion and run with it? And I think that one thing, when you haven't been in a large corporate environment, or you haven't been in an environment like the military or something like that, in the military not so much, but more of the fact that if you look at something like the presidency of the United States, the president surrounds himself with advisors, and those advisors are specialists in their individual things. National security advisor, they're actually called advisors, and they are called his cabinet. And she would get mad at me because I would try to surround myself with people that I could get ideas and stuff, kind of like my cabinet, because to rely on just on my own thoughts and just my own experiences dilutes me. It's like a database. A database is only as good as the data that's inputted into it, and if the data that's been put into it is skewed towards one way, you're only going to get skewed data out of it. Okay, so I really try to incorporate other people in my decisions, and the thing is that unfortunately a lot of times that has caused me a lot of strife, is because people don't understand that I am the way that I work, and that I'm pretty much I make the decisions I make based upon the best information that I have. And I also have a wicked temper, and I can get frustrated extremely easily at things. And trust me, I'm working on that wicked temper extremely a lot. And the thing is, I think it's probably one of the banes of my existence. It's a lot of frustration that enters into my body and stuff. But this is getting off on a direction of kind of rambling on and things like that. But I'm just this is my video log telling you about myself and the things like that. So I'm just trying to say is that a lot of the things in the book I had once in me. And that's a genuine caring about another human being. And I am genuinely compassionate about other people. And I feel that I am one of the few people in this world that does have genuine compassion for other human beings, okay? And what genuine compassion means is that I would put myself and my own safety in front of others, meaning that that's not what I meant. I would risk my own safety to help another human being, and I would put myself in a less position in order to help another human being. And the problem is with that whole attitude, though, I'm just again rambling on thoughts that come into my head, is that you tend to get stepped on. Okay, you tend to be taken advantage of, and you tend to not have that killer instinct that a business person needs in order to make it in a competitive environment. And let me tell you, broadcasting is a highly competitive environment, and don't let anybody tell you differently. And that was a perfect example last night while I was broadcasting. We keep a very close eye on position of where we're at on the page, and we keep a close eye to who is broadcasting when I'm broadcasting and who is around us when I'm broadcasting. And the thing is that I honestly say, and this is again, I'm sorry, going on another tangent. There's two things to help you grow broadcasting, and one of those things is position. Position. And what does position means? Position means is where you're positioned on the page, and don't let anybody tell you any differently, okay? Position is just as big as networking, if not equal to, if not more so. The thing is that the thing with networking is if you can get yourself in front of another person's audience, okay, that right there is more people that can come watch you. But a lot of us have a problem with that because of our compassion, is that we feel that we don't want to steal viewers from other broadcasters. And the fact of the matter is that how do you think that some of these larger broadcasters that have grown over the last 2 years, how do you think that they got to where they are? Okay, and how do you and look at some of the things that they've done over the last 2 years, and look at some of the people that they've done them with, and look where those people are now compared to where those broadcasters are now. And the thing is that I have a conscience, and I care about other people, and I care about whether what I do, how it affects other people. And a lot of people out there don't care. But not only that, I'm also afraid on the other side, okay? And this is something I learned in the book today, is that when somebody has a motivation, they have the motivation that they think that sounds good, that's the motivation they're going to tell you, and then there's the real motivation, okay? Now, is the motivation that I don't want to network with people the fact that I don't want to hurt people and that I don't want to steal their viewers, or is it that I'm scared that their personality is going to be stronger than mine and I'm going to lose viewers to that person by interacting with them? That is the question. Those are the two sides of the coin there, okay? And those are the things that I have to look for. I have some prospects that I really would like to try to work with, but I need to go into it very gingerly. And the thing is what I hope happens out of a thing is the third equation, is that both of us work together, we both grow our audiences together, and we both come out of the result of intermingling and the intercasting and stuff. We both come out of that in a positive way. The problem is that all of I've seen over time is that the people that grow, and the people that they casted with fall to the wayside. Okay, and the thing about this, and the thing that disgusts me about the people that do this, okay, is that they say network is everything, and they say that they've done all this hard work about networking and moving forward, and ultimately they haven't looked backwards, and they haven't looked at who they hurt and what they did on their road to where they went. And they're sitting up here on their high horse thinking they're all that, and think that they've done all this work and that they deserve all this, but yet they haven't looked at all these people that helped them get there, and they have absolutely no look back and saying, oh, these people have helped me get there. Maybe I, since I'm here, should look back and help them. Okay? That's the problem right now, and among many problems. Anyway, so I went off on a completely different direction there, talking about, you know, my feelings about broadcasting. It's not really anything to do with personal change. I'm just trying to let you guys know the dilemmas that I have in regards to the growing my channel, and these are the things that are on my mind. But I want to talk a little bit about another subject, and a subject that I touched on at the beginning of the video, and that is 9/11. I want to tell my 9/11 story, and my 9/11 story is a story from the viewpoint of a Gulf War veteran who had gotten out of the military probably about 8 years before 9/11, and what I did the morning of 9/11, and it's nothing, you know, it's nothing, okay? I just want to share my story with people. So I was living in an apartment in Aloha, Oregon, and I had moved out of my mom's house probably, I don't know, I'd been there about 6 months or so, in the apartment. And I got out of bed, and I looked at my I turned on my television, and I turned on my computer, and then looked at the news, and the news shows this smoke billowing out of the World Trade Center, one of the World Trade Centers, and I'm going, oh, some yahoo flew a plane into the World Trade Center, thinking that it was just a you know, a little Cessna passenger, you know, 4-seater and stuff like that. So the more I watched it, the more it occurred to me what was going on, especially when they started showing how large the World Trade Centers were. And I've actually had gone to the World Trade Centers. I had spent a day in New York, and I had a chance to go down and look at them and see how big they were, to understand how large these buildings actually were. So my mom and I always call each other when big news events are happening. We call each other and say, you know, hey, this is going on. So I remember calling my mom, and I remember saying, hey, some yahoo flew his plane into the World Trade Center. And she goes, oh, really? And she goes and turns on the TV. And I remember her and I on the phone when the second plane hit. And the thing about this incident is that, you know, at that time, that instance, and it wasn't the first plane, it didn't occur to the psyche of the American people until the second plane hit what was going on. And I have always felt safe in my country. I have always felt safe, and I have always felt that my country had my best intentions in mind, and that my country would protect me. And on that day, that glass ceiling was shattered. And seeing that second plane hit that tower live on broadcast television, watching and knowing what had happened there, not only the people that had just died in front of my eyes on that plane, okay, but knowing that this was a concentrated effort to hurt other human beings in the name of religion. But that wasn't it. That wasn't, I'm just kind of going off there. But seeing that plane hit, you knew at that time that the world had changed. There was a sense that you knew something had changed. That this was not the safe world that we had lived in before, that they had finally gotten to us, and that it had changed. So after that, I lived in Aloha. My mom and her husband lived in Oregon City, and I decided to, because I wanted to spend time with my family during this time, I stayed at my apartment until the second tower fell. And I remember when the second tower fell, I remember thinking to myself while the second tower was up, I remember thinking to myself, yeah, you only got one of them, jerks. You jerks, you only got one of them. Thinking, hey, we held one of the towers. One of the towers stood. But then watching that tower fall, that second tower, I literally screamed at the television and tried to hold that tower up through the television. I willed that I could try to, every ounce of my being was willing that tower to stop falling. That I was just trying to do anything to stop that thing from falling. Of course I couldn't do a thing. There's nothing. It's on a television. But just the thing of watching that second tower fall, and just it was monumental, is what it was. When you're watching it live, when it happens for the first time. So after that, that's when I decided that, hey, I'm going to go and spend some time with my mom, my family. And so all of the during this time, all the airplanes got grounded, and one of the main memories that I remember about the day is when I got to my mom's house and we're watching television, is walking outside, and normally you would be able to see a jet fly over the house up at high altitude, once every 10 minutes or so, but walking out and not seeing a single airplane in the sky was wow. Okay, that is one of the things one of the small things that a lot of people don't remember about 9/11 is the fact that every single plane that was in the air was grounded in this country. The entire country, every single plane in the air was grounded, and it's just wow. It's all I have to say is wow. But and of course the rest is history. We found out that it was it started two wars. This started two wars. It cost countless more lives, thousands of lives, American lives. It caused a country to fall. I mean, ultimately, it caused a country to fall. It was that excuse that we used to go into Iraq, but Afghanistan, it took out a tyrannical leader from Afghanistan and put in whatever we got now. But anyway, I'm not much qualified to speak about all that stuff. But anyway, I just wanted to convey my my thoughts on 9/11, and knowing that I watched the entire thing unfold in front of me. I was there when I wasn't there, but I was alive when it happened, and it was a event that will go down in history as one of the biggest events ever. But anyway, so that's my 2 cents on today. I kind of rambled on and kind of complained and bitched and moaned, and I got to get back into my positive, happy self mode and stuff like that. But the walk today, I was hurting on the walk today, and I'm gonna enjoy taking the next 2 days off, and then go back at it on Monday. I really want to push for my big walk to be on Monday, and then as I go through the week and tailor them off. And I'd also said that I was going to push to go faster on my walks and not distance, which is completely the opposite of what I did, and I'm sorry. I try to hold what I'm doing, but really I kind of go the way the wind blows me, if you know what I mean. Anyway, don't forget to please like, and subscribe. Definitely come check me out at 4 p.m. on Twitch TV, Chaoschunk. I will be streaming some Minecraft there. And I think that that's about it. But everybody, thank you very much for your time. Have a great day, and we out! Talk to y'all later.